Peace and blessings, man. Ashe to the ancestors for giving me this opportunity to talk to you guys. I want to talk about my new series, the Decoded series. I'm going to use the powers that were given to me by the Heavenly Fathers and start decoding these things that are very relevant in our times now. With this series, I'm going to decode Purge 3, election year. It is very, very relevant to what is going on right now. It parallels a lot of things on the physical realm and the metaphysical realm. Life is a 360-degree circle. There's no beginning. There's no end. Everything has happened. There's nothing new under our sun. So, with that, I will begin. First, to watch this, you need to watch Purge 3. You don't have to go to the movie theater, though. You can download Kodi with a K, K-O-D-I, and then implement Exodus. Put Exodus on Kodi, and then you can watch the Purge 3 along with anything else. So you don't have to worry about putting money in their pockets. America is great. No sarcasm. So basically, the Purge starts off with the main character. The main character's name is Senator Charlie Rome. Senator Charlie Rome's family was killed in the first scene of Purge. She knows what it's like to be on the wrong side of the Purge. So now she wants to be president, and she's the underdog against the main contender, the NFFA, the new founding fathers of America, who pretty much replicates Masonic organization. Senator Charlie Rome represents the feminine principle of the United States corporation. She represents the masses of the ignorant who come out and vote every 4 years for president, who thinks they have a choice. Malcolm X once talked about that, and that clip is coming up because Malcolm X predictively programmed himself into this new era, which is the old era, because there is no beginning and there is no end. And the same thing Malcolm X observed as he was with the NOI under Prophet Elijah Muhammad was happening then, and how people were being used then is happening now. And this movie shows how it's happening now, the same way it's happening in the 60s, the same way it's happening in the 1800s, same way it's happened 2,000 years ago, same way it's happening in Sumeria 6,000 years ago or so. As the feminine principle, it's like, it's the ultimate idea, it's the ultimate goal. Everybody will be saved. We're all one color. We all matter. And no bad stuff should happen to anybody, ideally, is what she represents. And they have a recurring character from the second Purge. I know I'm not talking about the previous Purges, but Purge 3 has nothing to do with Purge 1 or Purge 2. Even though they have this new guy who's the old guy, Frank, who lost his son and he was out to kill somebody in part 2 because they had killed his son, so now he's going to kill the guy. None of that is relevant. Frank just came back because he represents the ultimate masculine principle of get it done. It's going to be ugly force your way through thinking, acting, anger, but at the end of the day, accomplish your ultimate goal and protect the feminine energy. The masculine energy always protects the feminine energy, and that's how they come together as a one. So the Masonic political organization of the NFFA, who seems to be 99.9% old white Caucasian establishment, talks about getting rid of this candidate and get rid of Charlie because she's messing up the money, because people starting to realize that all this was just a money grab. They put this political group together and they just are getting rich while they killing the people. So basically, the purge is all about reducing the people through murder, legal, one time for 12 hours a year. And you can do whatever, rob, steal, but you know, people get into the murder thing. And statistics show that most people murdered are minorities, low income people that cannot afford protection, and some people even sell themselves to make money for their family and let rich people kill them because of that. So the purge isn't really a good thing in general, but for the people that have money, and Charlie Rome wants to take him down as a politician who just claims that if you elect her, she's gonna take out the purge, because hey, my family was purged. But like I said, she's still a politician.
Whenever the Negroes keep the Democrats in power, they're keeping the Dixiecrats in power. This is true. A vote for a Democrat is nothing but a vote for a Dixiecrat. I know you don't like me saying that, but I'm not the kind of person who come here to say what you like. I'm going to tell you the truth whether you like it or not. Up here in the North, you have the same thing. The Democratic Party don't do it. They don't do it that way. They got a thing that they call gerrymandering. They maneuver you out of power. Even though you can vote, they fix it so you're voting for nobody. They got you going and coming. In the South, they're outright political wolves. In the North, they're political foxes. A fox and a wolf are both canine. Both belong to the dog family. Now, you take your choice. You're going to choose a northern dog or a southern dog. Because either dog you choose, I guarantee you, you'll still be in the doghouse.
By the way, she's very reckless. She's getting people in harm's way, and that's a problem. But she's so trying to take care of her goal that she doesn't really pay attention to the specifics, because she's kind of like in her own world of trying to become president so she can take out the purge. So the purge is based in DC, where the dude whose name I never knew, but we all know him, Bubba Gump, runs a store. Small businessman, has his own store for who knows, probably anywhere 20-30 years minimum. 20-30 years minimum. So he's an establishment in the Capitol Hill neighborhood that is, I would say, it used to be 60-40 minority to Caucasian, but now it's probably like 70-30 because of the gentrifiers who moved in. Bubba Gump has an employee. The employee is a Spanish guy, a Spanish boy. He's a good guy, but he represents the new Negro in America because all youth, my age and younger, 40 and under, we're no good. Majority of us, we're no good. The majority of us are ignorant. So how can this man who came up through civil rights, had his own business, was all about black empowerment, how can he give it to somebody with no training? He sags his pants and listens to Young Thug all day, and maybe smokes K too. So he has to hire this immigrant who just converted to a U.S. citizen recently, but he's all about, you know, the U.S. because he's a fresh citizen, and he sees something in him, and he still sees him as a minority. So the problem here is there's no generational wealth. He had nobody to pass it down to because the black community is broken, especially 40 and under. There was no one for him, no kids, no anything. And that's a big problem. There's no generational wealth. There's no black love anymore because there's no such thing as black. We were never black in the first place. Black is not a nation. Everyone operates as their own nation within the nation. Jews operate under their own nation. Italians operate. Ethiopians, Nigerians, Ghana, French, white people, they just basically all for color. But we can't even do it. You got melanin, I got melanin. You light, I'm dark, but we both got melanin. We good to go. We can't do that. And that's what happened to Bubba Gump. And that is what is very relevant today. And the last main character is someone named Janie Rucker, black woman, my age, gay. Not sure if it matters or not, but of course they're gonna make her a gay female just because it's 2016, and the gay female has a lot of masculine energy, and so there's no young black masculine male nowadays. Like I just told you, oh, Bubba Gump's name in this movie is Joe. So Joe, who's Bubba Gump, doesn't have anybody he can pass on to because there's no more masculine energy in our community, and so he had to go to the Latino community. But he is cool with Lainey, and Lainey is an ex, you know, she was a bad girl back in the day. She probably used to purge in her younger years and realized the ways of her purging was wrong, and now she went total opposite. Now she helps people during her. She goes out and helps people, man. People got shot, man. I'm gonna get you, I'm gonna take care of you, I'm gonna take you to some volunteer doctors and take care of you. So that's basically the whole cast and the whole idea of the movie. So basically now we are in so now we basically in Joe's store the night before the purge goes down at sundown. Joe gets a call a couple hours before the purge starts, says his purge insurance will go up $15,000 right now. You need to pay it right now. Of course, Joe cannot pay purge insurance for $15,000 right now. He only owns a convenience store. He lucky he makes a few dollars an hour to pay. Talking about $15,000 for purge insurance, additional. So of course he has to say no, thank you. His purge insurance gets dropped, so he has to stay overnight from the beginning to the end of the purge to ensure that his property isn't damaged. Mind you, I'm a business owner and I live in DC, and I'm familiar with Capitol Hill. I'm familiar with all business owners, with money and without money, and know their livelihoods. That is his livelihood. That is his bread and butter. That's his baby. That's his nation. That's his nation. That's all him. If you don't have that, he's nothing. So he needs to protect his nation, which is his store. So he's spending the night protecting his nation because he's not allowed. He doesn't have the money to pay the $15,000 for the hike in Purge insurance. Lo and behold, Marcos is the Latino boy's name that's working for Joe, who was Bubba Gump. Marco comes like with his gun ready to help him protect the store. Like, no, I'm gonna help you. You gave me a job, so I'm gonna help you protect this house. So now they're protecting Joe's nation from the purgers. Meanwhile, Senator Charlie Rome, who can be eliminated because anybody can get purged, she chooses to stay in a normal house in the Capitol Hill neighborhood. Like, yo, I'm gonna be like everybody else. You know, I know I'm the main candidate for presidential election that's going to end the purge that's been happening for 22 years and killed endless thousands, maybe millions of poor people, especially indigenous people. No, I'm gonna stay here, and so she chose. And of course, the people tried to get at her, and a lot of people died of her security team. But you know, they didn't have to die. She just chose to stay locked up. But because of this feminine energy, she didn't think about the minute issues and the couple people that are going to be collateral damage. She just thought of this bigger picture that, you know, I'm going to be president. I can't be in hiding, and you know, I'm going to do me. And so to do Frank, you know, basically she would be dead if it wasn't for him, because he has to do everything in order to protect her as she's being ambushed, because she doesn't know anything about what's going on, because she's just not ready.
Okay. This is going to be home for the next 12 hours. You need anything, you contact me and me only. Clear?
Clear.
Let's begin.
This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the annual purge, sanctioned by the U.S. government. Commencing at the silo, any and all crime, including...
Doesn't this summer sound like a purge summer?
Police, fire, and emergency
Sanctioned
medical
by
services will
those
be unavailable
who
until tomorrow
run
morning
and
at 7 a.m.
those who control the
And
strings.
for the first time since its inception, no one has been
Louisiana
granted
and
special
Baton
immunity
Rouge
from the
twice.
purge. No citizen or
Dallas.
group will be exempt.
Man,
Blessed
everywhere,
be our
with or
founding
without
fathers
cameras, but they
and
doing it
America,
with
a
cameras,
nation reborn.
because those who
May
control
God be
gotta
with
do
you
it on
all.
camera to scare you, like they doing right here. But it can't scare you if you know what they doing. So all this they doing right here can't scare you if you know what's up, if you know your history, if you educated. This gonna do anything.
I see you, Bobby. You know you can relax now, right? I'll relax in the morning. Maybe we should be in the bed.
Eric, thank you for being here tonight. We all have the time. It's water, Leo. Are you scared? I'm terrified. What made you apply for this position?
I like your politics.
No. Don't bullshit. I want a real answer.
I lost my son some years ago. He was killed. I almost did something on Purge night that would have destroyed a lot of lives. I want this night gone. I know you do too. Especially after we've lost.
Despite all that, you have a big problem with how I do things.
You take risks, Senator. My job is to eliminate risks and keep you alive. You don't make that easy.
The difference between masculine
So
and
this
feminine
country is a
energy.
mistake, Leo. The only way that I can win is to risk everything. And that includes my life.
But what are you risking it for? And I hope it's for you and in the purge. But in real life, what politician, what president has kept their promises?
Hordes of young adults are arriving from Spain, Denmark, South Africa. They're being called murder tourists, as they are here for one reason: to purge.
We're here to experience the purge, to kill, release all the anger and hate. We like Americans, we're very excited. Het gaan hier wijze die Afrikaners te doen. Ja, ons kom vir julle.
Foreigners coming to our capital to kill. Murder tourism is the new booming business in our country this year.
Murder tourism.
I come
So,
down to flirt with you, Joe.
Who do you think they're gonna kill? Who are the murder tourists more likely to kill? Who do you think they're gonna exterminate? So the U.S. allowed other countries to come in to purge their citizens, who will more likely be indigenous people, because they're more likely to be poor in resources as far as cash flow, money, land, etc., to protect themselves.
Where's he going?
I got a
I'm
big
so
conclusion
fast.
at the end, but I mean, you should understand what it's going to be, because it's all about your rights.
Let's not do this, Tom.
The U.S. corporation is not the end-all, be-all to your rights. You have more rights than what you are supposedly think you have.
Now walk away.
Give it back.
But you have to know the rules of the land and have to speak in the same exact language at all times. Be consistent. You have two bodies. Hold on.
Oh shit.
You have two bodies. You have your earthly body, this suit that you got on, this wetsuit you got on, and then you got your metaphysical body. And your metaphysical body, they basically created a whole new language. You create a whole new body right in front of you. You got Ahmed and you got Ahmed. You got Ahmed on paper and you got Ahmed in the suit. So it's two different people. The U.S. corporation operates on paper, and they talk to me on paper, and they lock me up on paper, but my body has to spend time in whatever capacity they deem where I get locked up at. So you have to understand, you have to be consistent and speak both languages. You have to speak the earthly language we were born with, and that's nature to us. That's nature to us. But this other thing is not nature, and you have to understand it and you have to grasp it. Otherwise, they will keep you down there and treat you like animals that cannot comprehend, and they cannot breathe You know, most 99.9% of animals can't hold their breath. They just breathe without thinking. We think, but now they went another step. They went PhD with it to make you think another level, and you have to understand. And it's not really hard to grasp. Then once you grasp it, everything will be all right.
22 million black victims of Americanism are waking up, and they're gaining a new political consciousness, becoming politically mature. And as they develop this political maturity, they're able to see the recent trends in these political elections. They see that the whites are so evenly divided that every time they vote, the race is so close, they have to go back and count the votes all over again. And which means that any block, any minority that has a block of votes that stick together is in a strategic position. Either way you go, that's who gets it. You're in a position to determine who go to the White House and who stay in the doghouse. You're the one who has that power. You can keep Johnson in Washington, D.C., or you can send him back to his Texas cotton patch. You're the one who sent Kennedy to Washington. You're the one who put the present Democratic administration in Washington, D.C. The whites were evenly divided. It was the fact that you threw 80% of your votes behind the Democrats that put the Democrats in the White House. When you see this, you can see that the Negro vote is the key factor. And despite the fact that you are in a position to be the determining factor, what do you get out of it? The Democrats have been in Washington, D.C. only because of the Negro vote. They've been down there 4 years. And all other legislation they wanted to bring up, they've brought it up and gotten it out of the way, and now they bring up you. And now they bring up you. You put them first and they put you last. Because you're a chump.
So all the indigenous actors of the movie are all on different levels of understanding the political platform. The youngest, Marcos, the Latino who just got U.S. citizenship and originally from Mexico, he thought like how I thought back in 1988 when I thought Jesse Jackson could be president when I was in second grade. Thought it was all good, and you know, the best thought, the best whoever made the most sense will win. I learned that before I got 18. That isn't true. But that's what Marcos is he only 2 years into his U.S. citizenship. The black gay chick, she's on it. She like, nah, politicians lie. She Malcolm X with it. Man, they lying. Whatever they say, they lying. Don't believe them. The old black dude, he wanna believe her because he recognizes the feminine energy and the wholesomeness and this white blonde. He doesn't see white blonde, he just sees the feminine energy of doing the right thing, and he wants to believe it, but he kind of like with the black chick like, nah, I think you're right that she probably not going to, but yo, she may have a chance, but I'm gonna go with you, and I'm not gonna like really like raise my expectations for her doing anything about it, because you know he been wherever he at for however long and seen so many presidents go through with these promises and lie. It's just he kind of sees something different. Lenny, her and her girlfriend drive an EMT van at nighttime, picking up people who, you know, may have been injured from the purge and trying to save their lives. So they're like anti-purge all the way. And then I just thought about it. It's another faction that's a main faction that gets included towards the end. It's a group, not Black Lives Matter. but a group of people that genuinely care about the people, and they care to end the purge because they know it kills their people, the indigenous people. Some call them black, some call them Moors, some call them Hebrews. Uh, but whatever they are, they're indigenous, the people with black, brown, yellow skin that's not uh, Caucasian, white, European descent. And their goal is to take down the NFFA, National Founding Fathers of America, the National Masonic Organization that established or reestablished the U.S. corporation in this fictional story. But we already know that the media is part of those who control the world. The only reason I'm getting out is because, I mean, look, I can't really do nothing in real life, so they gonna let me go. Just like they put the stuff in there for you. The ignorant controls the thought process of Mother Earth now. They allow the ignorant to control the thought process of the feminine energy of the world, of the outcry. Only social media and TV helps with that outcry, because whatever TV focuses on, CNN, Fox News, your local news, whatever they focus on, your outcry will focus on. Whatever Facebook pushes up, you will focus on. Whatever they push down, you won't focus on because you don't have any knowledge, you don't have any information of it. Without the information, which gives you the knowledge, you cannot focus on it if you don't know about it. But then once it comes into your realm, then it may be something bigger. But we've all been dumbed down, including me. We've all been dumbed down to the point that it's hard to care about things when you should care about them. And then that's how the ignorant controls everything. Social media is controlled by the ignorant. So I was saying all that to say that we have this underground organization working to counter the NFFA, those who control the world, and the president. The president says, well, the one who's running for president says she's going to end the purge. But these people that run the organization, the underground organization, already know that that's a lie. Malcolm X said that's a lie over 50 years ago. We've had over 250 years of American politics to know that's a lie. We've had over 400, 500, 600 years of British politics to know that's a lie. We can keep going on all the way to Roman times. We can go in the Bible. We can go all the way back to Jacob. We can go to a lot of things, man. People have been tricking people. People have been lying to people since the beginning of time. It's a circle. People lie to you in your face to get what they need. Once they get what they need, they no longer need you. They talked a good game for you to go in and support them. And you took your energy away from you. And now you're falling behind. But this person that you helped and put your time and your energy into raised to the top, and he's no longer thinking about your needs and you're short. This is what is going on. This is what's going on here in the movie. This is what's going on in real life. This is what's going on now. What's going on then. They can keep putting it in front of your face in the movie because they know you won't do anything. Also, the dude Frank, the security guy for Senator Charlie Sloan, protecting her, he doesn't trust anybody. NFFA trying to assassinate him. They out in the streets in DC, Southeast. Joe Bubba Gump kills everybody around him, helps him bring him in, and he still doesn't trust him because he's part of the establishment. I'm trying to help you, but you still don't trust me. You questioning me. You don't respect me. I mean, it's a big thing, but it's paralleling right now. It happened over the past 2 weeks on video. I mean, it happened yesterday, not on video. But who knows what happened, because we don't have no proof or nothing of what happened. So currently, no one has no trust. No one trusts anybody, even when you're fighting for the same cause. So that's a big issue today in the real world realm. On top of corporation saying that it's okay to kill and rob anybody, any citizen, and other citizens from other nations can come and kill our citizens. But if I was my own nation, if I was sovereign, if my land was sovereign, no one could come into my land to murder, to rape, to pilfer, to rob, to destroy, to do anything, because this 1,000 acres is sovereign, and to the nation of XYZ, insert your name. And you're still living within the land we call America, but they cannot purge you because you are sovereign, and they cannot come onto sovereign land. But you wouldn't have to know the rules and regulations, and had to already put your paperwork in already before Purge night. I mean, it's kind of every year for the last 22 years. You didn't create your own sovereign nation yet, where you get your own land and protect yourself and claim the rights that were given to you, that Obama signed off. I mean, you know, Obama finally did something. Obama signed off rights of indigenous people. Get your people, get your flag, claim your sovereignty. Do not claim black, African American. That's none of that. You're not claiming either. None of it. Moorish, Mer, indigenous, original. That is you. That is me. That is us. But if you don't claim your birthright, Esau, if you don't claim your birthright, then these tricksters, Trickonology 120, these tricksters will take your birthright away. Now we got to rebuild it. The birthright was taken, but now you have to rebuild it. It's another way that you can get to it, and it's through paper. So you don't have to worry about any of this, anybody purging you, because you're your own nation within a nation. The last scene on the Purge is basically in a church where they commit all the Masonic rituals of the night of the Purge. They capture the would-be president, Senator Charlie. They get her, they capture her, they're gonna kill her. But of course, the brothers, the group, the underground group saves her. After the white chick done got saved 3-4 times by a bunch of indigenous folks and protected by the white dude Frank. They out here, they save her from the church, they save her from the Masonic killing ritual, and they're gonna go take care of everybody. They're gonna kill the rest of the NFFA while it's on the purge is legal. But because she wants to be president, these people cannot murder her. And now the dude who is supposed to represent the masculine energy and thinking thoughtfully is now protecting her, saying that we gotta do what she says, even though he knows inside his heart it's best to like kill everybody so no one comes back and kills them and they can continue forward. But no, he like we must do what she says because now he's possessed by her energy because he's so attached to it now that he must protect her and her thoughts and her will. And it evokes that, yo, you can't kill these people that just tried to kill her, that been killing people year over year, annually, legally for 22 years. Our people, majority of our people. We can't kill these people that have been taking us out legally. We can't take them out legally because you have to run for president and you have to win president the right way. Nobody has ever done anything the right way. When you get so high, there's so much power, so much resources involved with becoming a national president of the most powerful organization on paper. That how could you get anything done the right way? I'm talking about you got Joe Bubba Gump, the underground organization, the gay female, the Latino dude. Everybody help these people so she can stay safe, not be killed. At the end, these people get killed. Joe gets killed, Bubba gets killed, the leaders of the party that saved her, the underground party, they get killed because they stopped trying to kill people, listening to her. Then those people turned around and killed them. Joe died with his taking a bullet for her while killing the last dude that they didn't kill, that they could have killed earlier. And it ends like that. The whole movie ends like that. How can that happen? So, I believe Joe died for nothing. He left his nation. His nation is his store, Joe's corner store, Bubba Gump. He lost his nation to protect another nation for a lady who promised something that his seeds, I guess the Latino guy and the female is his seeds, may not reap. So, I mean, if he had claimed sovereignty ahead of time and got away from these people and went somewhere far off and got a couple acres and built his own fort, to be a whole different outcome.